Hey, hey, welcome to Learning with Lynn. This is our Sunday Night Live, and I am Lynn Huber.
And I'm Richard.
And this is Richard. So if you're here, say hi. If not, if you're watching the replay, be sure to type replay so we know you were here. So we got a lot of information to cover tonight, and I don't see anybody on yet. But let's see. Let me do some things. I will move this over here. And I will turn off the solo, so I'll be sharing my screen. So there we go. So, where's everybody? If you're here, say hi. Hey, hi, Amy. Good to see you. Welcome. So we're going to talk today about getting your new representative started. So if you go to onlinebeautybiz.com, right now it's the first post because it's the last one I published. But if you ever need to find it, you can go to the search and you can say, search for new representative, get started or whatever to help you find it. We're going to click on this. And so this is today's training is going to be a little technical. And there's a lot of steps involved. So the good thing is that it's recorded, so you can always go back and watch the recording as many times as you need to, and even have it open in one window while you're doing it in the other window, right, when you're watching the recording. So when I get a new representative, and right now we have free signups, so we have all kinds of reps getting started. I think our team has done, 59 already?
Yeah.
Is that what the number was,
yeah.
59? Pretty exciting stuff. So we signed up a lot of people, and so you're going to want to get them off to a good start. So I'm going to teach you what I do. This is how I get them started. Obviously, you can do it however you want to do it, but this is a good place for you to start to learn and then kind of follow my system. And then once you get going, you can edit and tweak it for yourself, right? You can make it be what you want it to be. But so in this system, the system to help you get started, the first thing I do, I have this system, a list of steps that I take through with each new representative, and I have them in a Google spreadsheet so that I can manage them. I literally work this every time I get a new rep. I have a spreadsheet, like really long spreadsheet that all of this is filled in. So this is the Google spreadsheet, and we click on it and it opens here. So this is it. And like I said, mine is really long. Now, if you want to use this is a Google document, so you can just click on File, Make a Copy. And as soon as you do that, I think it will ask you to name it. Yeah, it will ask you to name it, and you're going to save it in your own drive. And then you will have your own Google document to work from. So so we have our new representative here. I put in we're going to sign up Richard. So we type in Richard, and he started today. And I put upline here. If I didn't personally enroll them, maybe somebody else on my team, say Amy, sign somebody up, I would put her in there as the upline so that I know what's going on. So I don't do every one of these steps unless I personally enroll them. But even if I didn't personally enroll them, I still put them on my sheet so that I always know what's going on. So then I put in the district number. Hi, Bonnie. And then I put in their account number. I'm just making this up right now. I'm just putting in his phone number. So Bonnie, we just signed up Richard, and this is our spreadsheet that we're working off of. And I'm sorry if you missed how to get there, but I guess you'll have to go back to watch the recording.
Hey, Carlene.
Hi, Carlene. So so then I have Richard at his email, right? Whatever it is. And then here, this is something I just changed. What I was doing was I was putting their credit, how much credit they had in there, but since nobody gets credit anymore, I'm putting how they joined, because I think it would be really helpful to know. So if they signed up for free and they joined for free, I'm going to put a 0. If they bought the $30 kit, I'm going to put that. Or if they just did a $5 donation, I'll put that. You can see it on their contract if you want to know. And to get to their contract, you go to, you log into avonnow.com and you go to, we're going to have to go there anyway for some other things, so we might as well get you there. So you go to earnings and rewards and intro to leadership. And then it's at the very bottom. I'm not going to open it, but this enrollment processing tool, view details. Here you can look at the application that each person filled out. so that it will tell you on there how much they signed up for. I think it'd be good to know. So I'm tracking it, because down the road, if I'm looking at who was successful and who wasn't, am I going to see that the ones that bought the $30 kits are more successful as the ones that bought 0, or the ones that paid $5? Are they doing anything? Although, like I said, we have like 59 appointments already, and I think I've only seen 2 of them that bought that paid $5 donation, and I think 2
did the 30.
2 that did the $30 kit. The rest of them are all free. But I'm writing in what they did. And then language is English. I mean, it's probably always going to be English. What state do they live in? I'll just say California. And then I put in here, was it a lead from Avon? If you're new, this is going to mean nothing to you. All my leads are leads that we used to get from Avon. We're still technically getting them right now, but they're going away, so it doesn't matter. So if you want to use that, or you can delete that column, whatever. And then in here, once they get going, I put in here whether they were a qualified new recruit or not, because that's important to know, because you get a $20 bonus for every qualified new recruit, meaning that they placed a $150 order their first or second campaign and paid for it. Well, they would have had to pay for it anyway. So that's important to know if they were a qualified new recruit. So I don't know that right now, so I'm going to leave it blank. And then I'd be starting Richard in campaign 5, and his first due date is 2/18. Now this spreadsheet has 8 campaigns so that I can track it. And if you look, his second campaign has a cell number 04 plus 1. That means this campaign plus 1. And then on the date, it's P4 plus 14. It means this one plus 14. And you're going to see the same thing here. So this is automatically filled in. So if I were to add a new representative, I would just highlight this row, and I would say insert row above. And then I'd put, okay, let's say I'm going to sign up Carlene. Carlene, it doesn't matter. It would be your name, obviously. And we signed her up today, and we fill in all this information. But let's say we wanted to start her in campaign 6. And campaign 6 is actually due on 3/3/20. But I could go right here, and I can copy these cells all the way to the end of the 8th campaign. I can just copy. So I'm hitting Command C or Control C on a PC, or you can go edit copy up here. And then I'm going to go up here and paste it. See how it automatically knew 7, 8, 9? It's because there's a formula in here that says this cell plus 1, this cell plus 1 goes here, this cell plus 14 goes here. So I'm going to delete that just so we can edit, delete row 4, just so that we can kind of be on the same. So I've signed Richard up. I started him in campaign 5. So I skipped through all of this because this is where I'm going to track as he gets through these campaigns how much his order was. And I'm tracking it. I was originally tracking it for the Kickstart program, but now I'm tracking it for the Pathway to Premier. I want to know how he's doing. And I may end up changing some of this, and you may end up changing some of this, so to find out how best it will work for us, right? And then over time, I send some emails. And so I'm going to ignore these for right now because I'm not sending them right now. Email number 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so then the next thing I do, and if we go back to my post, it talks here about, that I have a series of emails that I send them. And then you also want to keep track of cells in their 8 campaigns to help them in their Pathway to Premier. Those are the 8 campaigns I just showed you. So, and I mail them a welcome packet. I'll come back to that. Then my very first thing I do is I right here, I text them. Which do you prefer, text, type, or talk? So I literally text them and I say, hi, and this is all I say. Hi, welcome to Avon. I'm Lynn Huber, your mentor. Which do you prefer, text, type, or talk? You know what? I have tried calling reps. I have tried emailing them. I've tried all kinds of things, and people don't respond. We all know that, right? But it's the funniest thing. If that's all you say and you put a little smiley face in there, they'll respond back. Probably, gosh, I would say I get response from at least 80% of them. And most of those say text. Text, please. And then I respond back and I say, awesome. What made you decide to join Avon? And guess what? They tell me. They tell me. For those of you guys that have been leadership for a while, then you know that that's not so easy to get. So it's not so easy to get for a response from them about what made them start Avon. So what happens is you when they respond and say text, and you respond with, awesome, what made you decide to join Avon? And then they tell you, now you've started the conversation. So now you can carry on that conversation in a friendly manner.
You have a question over there from Linda.
Okay, so Linda says, I am sorry, I got in on the tail end of how to see what the new reps sign up for. I don't understand your question. They sign up to sell Avon.
No, how do you go? We showed that. This is being recorded, so you can go back and visit.
This is being recorded. This is my blog post, a system to help your new representative get started. And there's a Google spreadsheet template here, which takes you to this spreadsheet. Is that what you're asking me?
No, she's asking, how do you go to Avon to go look up the...
Oh, okay. It's in
right
here.
There.
It's in Avon Now, Earnings and Rewards, Intro to Leadership, the very bottom of the page, Enrollment Processing Tool. If you click on this, you'll see all of the new people's applications. I'm not going to click on it because you don't need to see all mine, okay? But it's right here. So, okay, so where was I now? So, okay, so that was my initial thing, and I just do that to get started, right? To get the conversation going with them. And so then, okay, so then I did that, and on 2/9/20, I did that. So then I add them to my contacts in my Gmail account, all my new reps. I don't add my second, third, fourth generation. I only add my own. So if I sign somebody up and I added them to my contacts, I would put in here that I did. If this was somebody else on my team that signed them up, say Rick Winrow signed them up, or say Amy, she's on the call, maybe Amy signed it up, I would just put an NA there, because then I would know I didn't add her to my contacts. But this is my team member. I personally did it. Okay, then I go over and I welcome them on Facebook. This is a tip I learned a very long time ago. I go to my Facebook page. I don't go to any groups. I don't go anywhere else. I invite them to my groups, but I don't welcome them in my groups until they actually join the group, because what's the point? They're not there to see it, right? But I welcome them on my Facebook page for very important reasons. Number one, if they happen to, because I give them my Facebook profile in the email and everything, say friend me, right? So if they see that, if they come to friend me, they'll see the post on there saying, welcome Richard Huber to Avon. What I say is, welcome Richard Huber from Salt Lake City, Utah, to our team. We're excited to have you join us. So two things happen. If Richard goes to friend me and he sees that, then he feels welcomed, right? He feels like, oh, she's pretty cool. But you know what else? Everybody in the world that's my Facebook friends, they go, oh, look, she's really signing people up. She's signing all kinds of people up. Maybe I'll join her. And if I say from Salt Lake City, Utah, then in the back of their mind, they're like, oh, she can sign somebody up in Salt Lake City. I live there. Maybe I'll join her. So when I welcome somebody from New York City, people do, I'm not kidding, they go, oh my gosh, I didn't know I could join her. I live in New York City. Okay, great, I'll join her. But it's not me saying, join my team, join my team, join my team. It's me welcoming a new rep, and it's a recruiting tool at the same time. So that's what that is, you guys. When you see me doing that, that's what that is. I don't go, I hope that nobody takes this wrong. But I don't go to Facebook, like, and Northwest Region's gone now, so it doesn't even matter. But I have seen people go to Northwest Region and say, please help me welcome my newest rep. To me, that's bragging. If their new rep isn't there to be welcomed, if they're in the group, then yes, absolutely. If they join the group, then welcome them. That's not what I'm talking about. But if they're not in the group, don't go over there just to brag, or don't go in an Avon rep group just to brag that, hey, I signed somebody up. Instead, make it powerful, make it for your person you signed up, or make it for recruiting. I hope that makes sense, because there's no point in welcoming somebody in a group if they're not in it, right? They don't see it. So that's just, hey, that's me on my pedestal. So sorry about that. So, okay, so I went over and I put it on my Facebook page and I welcomed him. And I also put it on my personal page, and I also put it on my business page. Now, a lot of these I don't do right now. Friended on Facebook, accepted friend, added a team Facebook group. I don't do those anymore because I keep getting in trouble with Facebook. I, knock on wood, have been really good for a couple of months now, but I'm paranoid. So I'm not going to be adding anybody to any groups or anything. Instead, in the email I send them, I say, please friend me, please join our group. And then once they're in the group, I'll put it in here that they joined, right? I also have an email list outside of Avon that I use to keep track of my team. So I add them to my email list. And then I add them to Pixingo and send them a card. That's a greeting card company. There's send out cards, there's Pixingo. I'm sure some of you know what those are. I send a greeting card to every single person on my team saying, welcome to our team. Whether I sign them up or whether anybody in my team signs them up, if they're 6 levels down, they get a welcome card from me. So I want them to feel welcome. So I added them to Pixingo. Also, when I add them, that helps Richard. Richard keeps tracks of our birthdays. So it helps him keep track of that, and he can send out birthday cards. And we do top 10, and we do all kinds of other things. So that's part of my process. I get them signed up. So I added them today, and then I sent the welcome email. Okay, so now we're going to go back. Where's my mouse? We're going to go back to this, to what, emails I send. Okay, so I have a series of emails I send my new representatives over their first 2 weeks. And you can track them. So the new representative email number 1. These are Word documents. And before I come back to that, at the very bottom, I had some people ask me that they just recently that they didn't have Word. So here's a PDF right here with all 6 of the emails. Obviously, you would have to retype them if you use that, but at least you can see them, right? Okay, so here it says, hi, you put in their name. Congratulations and welcome to the rest of your life. That's what I say. And, you're taking your first steps in growing. This is my email. So then I come down here. Getting started is easy. And I give them their district and their account number. See, this is in pink because I want you to remember you need to put that in there. It's not going to automatically populate. And then I tell them, memorize your account number, open your online store, get your online store going. And then I tell them, share your Avon brochure. Here's some ways to share it. And then some very important websites for you to know. AvonNow.com is where you manage your Avon business, and this is your online store. And I do this because people get confused. They get really confused when they first sign up, and so I figured out I needed to spell that out for them. And then want to increase your earnings, talk to everyone you know, and then I talk to them about the earn $3,000 in your first 4 months with the new Pathway to Premier. And then here's my contact information and my Facebook groups. Now, I know that's a lot of information, but can you see how I have it really spread out? It's like lots of white space, makes it easy to see. They can easily jump, and I use colors in the email, makes it really easy for them to jump to different areas. But this is so when they get this email, they can get signed up. I mean, they're already signed up. They can go in, they can set up their web store, they can start sharing their Avon brochure online, they can be in business immediately. That was the purpose behind this. And I've redone this. This is brand new. So this is email number 1. So now I'm going to give you a tip. If we go back to your avonnow.com and under my office and send email, if we go there, you can create templates. So you can take this email, and I actually have some templates in here, but they're not current. See, I have email 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you can go back to this Word document, and I can go in and I can highlight everything in here. And I can go back to this, and this was no good anyway now. So I'm going to replace it with that. So you can go in, and then what I do is I say, welcome to the rest of your life. And I actually put their name here before the welcome. I put their name there. I do that on all of my welcome emails. I don't know if it does any good, but I do that to help, so they see their name and go, oh, I better look at this. I don't know. But that's what I do. And then I go, hi, and then you would insert their name there, and then you would make sure that you change these. But so I can save this, save as template, and I can save it as email number 1, right? So, and then save. So that's email number 1. And then I have, and that would be my welcome email. That's the email number 1 is my welcome email. And so when you now go into my team and team contacts, I have Richard in here because I didn't want to go in where the whole world can see everything that's in my back office. So I set up Richard in here, and I've actually played with him before. But I can go from here and I can say, okay, send message, which is an email, and it's to Richard Huber. I don't know why it BC's him. And subject, welcome to the rest of your life, smiley face. So then you can go, Richard, comma, welcome to the rest of your life. Now I can go down here in template, and I can choose email number 1 and check this out. it's all there. So now I just go here, hi, Richard. And then I go down to, oh, you know what? It didn't update this. It's not putting the up template that, oh, let's try this one.
There you go.
There we go.
That's it.
So I would say, hi, Richard. So not to confuse you, I already had templates in there, and this is a new one. So that's why you would only have one. So then I would need to make sure to go in here and put his district number, right? Whatever it is. And then his account number, whatever it is, right? And I bold those so that they stand out. And
next.
That's it. That's all I have to do there. So this is, see how it's all spread out? Plenty of, oh, and then you would have already updated your template to have your team group, your Facebook group, and your name and your signature. You would have already updated that on your template, okay? Now if I go Control A, which means select all on a PC, or Command A on a Mac, and Control C is copy, or Command C is copy, then I can copy that. And I can send this email. I don't need to BCC him. I can BCC me if I want to. In fact, I usually do. I'll just do that. And then send. So that email just went to Richard, okay? But now I'm going to go to the notes, and I'm going to put new note, and I'll say follow up and training call, and I'll say joined Avon. And I actually say everything I did, right? Added to contacts. Welcomed on Facebook, added to email lists. I mean, everything I did, right? Mailed welcome kit and sent welcome email. And then 2 lines, and then I paste that welcome email in it. See, so there's the welcome email. So it's all pasted in there. And I create that note. Now I have a record of everything that's done. See, if I go back, you can see I sent email number 2. I send him an email getting started as easy. So you can see what he did from the notes here. So, okay, so I sent email number 1. So now I'm going to go back here and I'm going to say, okay, 2/9/20, I sent email number 1, right? Now I have added follow-ups invite because I want to create tasks. So, I want to create a follow-up for Richard, and I can say campaign 05 is due 2/18/20. And I make a note that on the day after, which is unfortunate because it's too late to do anything at that point.
2/18/20.
No, I make the, up here.
Just in case they're following.
Yeah. I make it for the day after. His order was due by noon or 5 p.m. Eastern or whatever on the 18th. So on the 19th, I go back and see, did he get his order in? And I add that follow-up. Okay, so I have 1 follow-up for him. Now I add a second follow-up, and I say email number 2, and that one goes out tomorrow because today I sent him email number 1, so tomorrow I will send him email number 2. I'll add that follow-up, and then I'm going to create another one. Where'd it go? Create follow-up, email number 3. You know, basically, I try to spread them out as much as I can. So if I'm sending 2 on 10, I'll send email number 3 on the 12th and add that follow-up. And then I add another follow-up, email number 4. And that one, so I did that one on the 12th. So this one will be the 14th. Email number 4 is how to place your Avon order. So I try to, you just kind of have to, depends on when they sign up in the campaign. You want to get them out to them as soon as you can. And then, so you can do this for all of the follow-ups. And I actually have an email number 1, email number 2. Avon Now is your back office, and I talk about everything you can do from your back office in this email. And if you click on it, it will open in Word, and you can do the same thing. You can add it to your templates, just like I showed you, and then you can go here and you can open email number 3. Now this one is the one I used to use to try to get reps to have a $150 order, and I don't really know how to do that now because the Kickstart program isn't active anymore. So what I do is I'm talking about the pathway to Premier, and I talk to them about their commissions, but I also talk to them about how they can get extra $20 for every every $200 in sales and how they can get the 10% bonus. So I'm trying to talk to them about, if you step it up and you get going, you can make some money, right? So this will be my email number 3. And you'll need to remember to change your dates. Your campaign 5 order is due anytime between 2/4 and noon on Tuesday, 2/18. So if you were signing them up in campaign 6, you would say campaign 6 and you would put those dates in. So you need to make sure that you're doing the right dates, right? Which is why I have it bolded. Part of the bolding is to make sure I remember to change them. And then you have email number 5, which talks about mentoring. It talks about, hey, why don't you think about signing some people up? That's email number 5. And then email number 6 is want to build your business on social media. And we talk about Scott Kramer and Avon Social and all of that. So you could copy all of these and you can put them into your, I'm just going to close them right now because we have too many things open. So you can put them into your My Office, Web Office, or send an e-card. So if you go My Office or send an email, let's try that again. Send an email. And you can create, right here, you can create templates. See, so you could have all of your templates here. And then from Vibe, you can send that email. It's already there. It's already written for you. You just have to edit a couple of things. Doesn't that make it easy? Now, let me show you something. Remember, I added all those tasks for Richard? So if I go to Team Contacts now, normally, if I was really working my business, you would see a whole ton of them here. And I am working my business. I just don't use Vibe for this because I have a contact manager that I've had for 20 years. So I use that. But there is absolutely no reason for you to go out and buy something when it's all right here. So if you look, and all I did was my team contacts, and look at these steps. Okay, this email number 2 is due on 2/10. So every morning you should come in and you should say, let me see what I need to do today. And if you have signed up 20 people, you would probably have 200 tasks here. So, but they'd be in order by date. And so you just go, okay, well, today's not the 10th. Today's only the 9th, so I don't need to worry about that today. But tomorrow when I come in, okay, I need to send email number 2. So I would click on his name. And I would go send message, and you would put to Richard. It automatically puts it in the BCC, but I would put it to Richard, copy me, and my second email is what is it? My second email is Avon now is your back office. Look at all you can do, and that's what I would type in there. And then the template, I would just pick email number 2. This is not the right template, but you would have the right one in there. And you would go in and you would edit what you need to edit, and then you would click on send. See how easy that is? And then before you send it, Control A to select all, or if you need to, if you don't know how to do that, you literally can just drag through the whole thing and go edit, copy, right? And you get all done and you send it, and then you go to notes and you click new note, select, I always say follow-up training call, and then you paste it in here and create the note. Then you always have a record of everything that's going on. If you're talking to your rep on the phone, if anything you do with your rep, make a note in here so you know. Because it's like a couple of things. When your team starts getting big, it's hard to keep track or remember what you've done and what you haven't done with your team. But also, you know what? Let's just say, I'm going to pick on Carlene today because I know she can handle it. Let's just say Carlene's on my team and she called me and she was whining because she didn't get any books in her order. I don't know. Let's just say, okay? And she called me and I said, man, I really don't have any. Avon must be out if they didn't send them to you. You know what? Why don't you go ahead and post in the local Facebook group and see if anybody else has any or something like that. I would make that note in there. Then let's just say that Carlene called Avon. Avon has access to these notes, so they can pull it and go, well, Lynn told her this. So hopefully they won't contradict me, right? But it helps all of us be on the same page, right? So these are good, but they're especially good for you. And the truth is, I don't really know how well Avon looks at these notes. Ideally, in a perfect world, they should be, but I don't know if they really do. But mostly it's for you, right? So, okay, so I added the follow-ups here. 2/9/20. Now it's send the welcome kit by mail. Okay, so if we go back up here, I have the welcome kit right here, welcome packet. So you click on that, it'll open in a new window. And I take a priority mail envelope. It costs $7.75 for as much as you can put in it. And I mail them, if they're local, my delivery man delivers one. So, but anyway, I take that, and in them I put a cover sheet. This is my cover sheet, and this is a Word document. Obviously, you can edit this for your own information, but I go, hi, and I put in their name. It's bolded, so I remember to change it. And your district is, and your account number is, go to, that should say avonnow.com, but it doesn't matter. I mean, right now, your Avon will get you to the same place, but that's what it should say, is Avon Now. And then I say, please start your training on Avon U. We have blogs for training, join our Facebook groups, and then your first order will be in campaign 6 or 5, right? And campaign 5 starts on, I don't remember what it was, 2/4, right? 2/4/20, and closes at noon on 2/18/20. And then I say in here, I say, it's really, I strongly suggest that you pick a day and stick with it. New people don't understand this. If you've been with Avon for a while, you are, you'll know what I'm talking about. But it's when somebody has any time that they can order anytime, sometimes, especially a new rep, they might never place an order. And so I try to get them on a day. So pick a day that works for you. So for instance, say Tuesdays work best for you. You could place your order on Tuesday. And I do like in the middle of the campaign. So I would say 2/11/20, and then place your orders every other Tuesday. And then once I've saved this, so next time, these would all be in here already, right? The only thing you'd have to change is their name and their account numbers for the people you're signing up in that campaign. And then you wouldn't have to change this until you're ready to move on to campaign 6, which we're pretty much ready to do now. But then I say, here's contact information, customer service, here's how to get a hold of me, and some things to think about, right? So I have in here, I put in the Pathway to Premier program. I tell them what they're going to earn. Once you max out, if you max out the Pathway to Premier program, your earnings will be at approximately 65%, based on that flyer. And I tell them, Avon, this is something that's important because some of my new reps I've had new reps actually mail customers checks to Avon. I've actually had them do that. And see, this tells them that if a customer writes a check to you, you cash it, you deposit in your bank, you pay Avon. That's maybe not such a big deal now because we're all online anyway, and you're paying with a debit card anyway when you place your order. But it's just stuff that over time, right? And now's the time to recruit. So this is my cover letter that I put in that welcome packet. And then I put in the campaign selling calendar. And if you ever don't know where to find it, if you just click on here, Avon Now, there's your campaign calendar, and this gives you the dates, and down here is a printable PDF. But there's one here too that you can click on. Whoops, my welcome packet. There's one right here you can click on. I give them an Avon order form, especially now that the books are gone away. I give them this. It's just a blank form that they can make copies of if they want to. And I'm giving them the Pathway to Premier flyer right here. Teresa Paul color-coded these, and I thought that was such a great idea, so I copied her. So it ties the bonuses to the color, so that's pretty cool. And then I give them the incentive flyer, whatever the latest incentive is. Right now, it's the cruise to the Caribbean, which we're all going on, right? So that's what I put in the welcome kit, and I put in 4 to 6 brochures. Where does it say that? 4 to 6 brochures for the campaign I intend to start them in. To be brutally honest, we're running out of books so fast right now because we've signed up so many people. So right at the moment, they're getting 2. But they signed up for free. So if they really wanted brochures, they probably should have signed up for more. But I mean, I'm doing, if I had, like when I start putting them, I'm going to start putting them in campaign 6 right now, starting with anybody that signs up from here on out. And then I will give them probably 4 because we're signing up so many people right now. But whatever you can give them, right? The whole idea is just help them get a good start. So that's the welcome kit. So now I have to go up here and I went, okay, great. Whoops. I sent them the welcome kit. Okay. So now let me see if there's any questions first.
Yeah, a lot of people saying hi, and you can take a breath.
You guys, this is recorded, so you know you can go back through this, and you might need to. You might need to have this on one screen and try it out on the other screen. That's it. Thanks. Okay, great. And Carlene, Rick, I never thought to paste the email into the notes.
Mm-hmm.
Learn something new. And Patty, aloha from Hawaii. Right. Notes are our friend. Hi, Tracy. Good to see you. So that's what I do, you guys. And I literally, if you were to look at my spreadsheet, I literally have, I had to create a new one for 2020 because I have like 200 names on here, more than that, just from last year, from signups. So, so that's that. So now we go back to this part. So first campaign. Okay.
Another question.
So hi, Sherry. Good to see you. Yes. Yes, we will be at Denny's in Midvale tomorrow night, 6:30. See you there. Okay, great. Okay, so now if we go back to my team and team contacts and look at these follow-ups. Okay, so let's just say that we did all these emails. Let's just say that today is the 19th and we're due to look at this. So then I would click on Richard. Now, he doesn't have, I can view his profile. He doesn't have one because he's not a rep. I don't want to pull anybody up because it's confidential, but you can click up here and view their profile and you can see if they placed an order or not. So I would say, okay, here's campaign 5. How much was his first order? Okay, well, it was $60, okay? And so I would then send him that email number 3 again, just say, hey, just wanted to remind you that the Pathway to Premier program, because I'm working to try to get a second order out of him of 150 or more. It doesn't say 150 on the email, but I'm just trying to get him up there, right? So, so when I go back to these tasks, can I just view the tasks here? Next steps. Okay, so I followed up with him. Now, rather than delete it, these other ones you would delete them when they were done. Wait, let me back that up. Okay, so next step. Like once you send email number 2, you can like delete it. And then once you send email number 3, you can delete it. But this one, for the first 8 campaigns, I keep this one going. So so campaign 5, so it's the 19th, and he did a $60 order. Then I edit it. And I say campaign 6 due, whatever it is, 3/3. And due date then would be the day after, so it would be on 3/4, and I'd update the task. So that way I keep going in and watching him for the first 8 campaigns. Once I'm through that, or once I determine there's no reason to continue to follow up because he's either not doing anything or whatever. Sometimes, reps don't want to do anything, and that's okay too, but I don't need to take my time to log every single order if they're not placing orders, right? Or if they're $10 orders. So I might make the decision not to continue to follow up. Okay, but let's look at his second order was $170. Oh, yay, awesome. So you know what? That means he was a qualified new recruit. So I have this set to be automatically turn yellow if it's a yes. So, so that's his first or second order. It has to be $150 or more. His second order was $150, so yes, that's a qualified new recruit. So that's how I track that. And then I go through and I track every campaign so that I know what's going on. This is how I stay in touch with my new reps, because your new reps are the ones that need you holding their hand more, right? And I might even, I set reminders in there. What I'll do is actually, even though it's due on the 3rd, well, actually, I don't do that anymore. What I do is I run a report, all reps, LOA 1 through 7 from Vibe, and I'm not going to go into all that now, but this is from team reports. You can run a report and you can change their LOA, which is length of association, 1 through 8. So you can all the reps that are within their first 8 campaigns, about 4 days before their order's due, you can send an email specifically to them, right? So then you can say something to them like, hey, how are you doing? Or you can say no orders. You can say who hasn't placed an order yet this campaign. That's LOA 1 through 8, length of association 1 through 8. And I don't know, I don't want to click on it because I'm just afraid it's confidential information of my whole team, and this is on the internet, right? So, but I think you got the idea. Just know it's possible. You might have to look for it, but it's in here, and it would be under team reports. And you can do no orders, and then you go from the no order report. You can go up and you can customize it. And that's where you would choose that it's only new representatives, LOA 1 through 8, and it's for this campaign. You can choose the parameters of what you want your report to run. So how are we doing on time? So that's I send them a welcome packet. I do this spreadsheet is getting them started, right? And this is how I keep track of everything I've done. So now, when I send email number 2, then I go back here and I go 2, 10, 20. Once I've sent it, then I go through and I log that I sent it. And then once I've sent number 3, I log that I sent it. So that way I know that I've taken care of everybody. And like I said, you can get this spreadsheet by just going File, Make a Copy, and that will put it in your own Google Docs. One thing too that I wanted to point out, here's my cover sheet. Okay, for those of you that don't have Word, I can save this. It's probably in my downloads already because I saved it. Let me File, Save As. Yeah, it's in my downloads, so I'll just keep it there for right now. I believe you can go from Google Docs and you can go File, New, Document, File. Can we do that? I know we can do it here somewhere. I just need to figure out where. So we didn't want a new document. I think we have to go back to the Google Docs. I think we have to go. I'm just going to click this really fast to Drive. So I think it's from here. You go to your Google Drive and you can say New, File, Upload, and then you can pick that spreadsheet and you can open, and it will open it as a Google Doc, and then you can click on and you can open it right here, so you can see it from here. Okay, open with Google Docs. So there you go. So that's how you would edit that if you don't have Word. So there you go. So now it's in my Google Docs, and but I don't use that. So so anyway. Hope that helped. Thank you, Sherry. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. What questions do you guys have? Did I totally inundate you? Did I totally wipe you out?
Let me just say real quick. I'm sure a lot of your heads are swimming, but this is a system because you're a manager or an owner of a business, and you want to be in control of your business. But the thing is not only do you want to be in control of your business, but you want the reps that are interested, you want to get them information. And a lot of this stuff is dripped out a little bit every day. You're hoping that the reps, if they're really serious about selling Avon, when they sign up, that they'll go in and we have things set up to like getting started. And we have little systems and things that they should be doing. And if they learn a little bit every day, it would help. But Lynn sends out these emails or the text and drips on people every couple of days. And hopefully they're reading these and learning bit by bit every day. It'd be the same thing if you were at a job. You just started at a new job and the owner never talked to you for 2 weeks. You'd feel you'd probably either quit or you'd be making a lot of mistakes or screwing up his whole company. And so that's why we do this. That's why Lynn goes to this extra effort to not only track things so she can be on top of people that need help and know that we've given them the help, but also give the people the help. And the information's there so they can be helping, get their business started at the right foot.
Yeah. So what I want you to do is don't get overwhelmed. This is laid out really clear. Okay. Start with the Google spreadsheet. Get that, save that file, make a copy, save this to your Google Drive, and start with that. And then you get a new rep and you literally start with, okay, when did you sign them up? If they have an upline, who's their upline? What's their district? It's all clear, right? You know exactly what to put in here. What's their phone number? What's their email? How they joined. That's up to you if you want that, but I keep track of that. Language is always going to be English for me because it's the only language I speak. You might not even need this field, right? But it's just there. What state do they live in? That's just helpful to know because time zones, if you're trying to call them. And then the qualified new recruit, you're not even going to know until after they place their first or second order to see if they have $100. And then the tracking all comes later. So right now, as we're putting them in, we don't have that. We just have the fields there and the dates when their orders are due. Also makes it really nice because, you know, if this Richard Huber finally gets off his butt in his third campaign, maybe he hasn't done anything, and in his third campaign, all of a sudden he places an order, then it's easy for me to see where he's at and what campaign he's in. You know, this is his third campaign, right? So it makes it easy for me to keep track of what's going on. And then when you get here, these emails are going to happen over your next, probably the first week to 2 weeks of them being a rep. You're going to send out these emails, like Richard said, you're dripping them. So what you do is you put them in, use the emails I gave you right here, download them, put them in Vibe, My Office, send email, paste it in here, and then save it as a template and have email number 1, email number 2, email number 3. Then it's all set and ready to go for you, right? So you have that all done already ahead of time. Now, how easy is that going to be when you sign up a new person? You put them in here and you've added them to your contacts. You've chatted with them by text. You've added them to your email list. And if you don't have an email list, you don't even need to worry about that. You can email them through Vibe. If you send cards, that's great. If you don't need that column either. Okay, send welcome email. Well, I just go to Vibe and I send this template number 1, right? How easy is that? And then make sure you add the follow-ups in Vibe, and then you send a welcome kit. This way you make sure that everything is done. You make sure you didn't miss anything and that there's nothing that's going to slide through the cracks. And then once you get going with it, you'll edit it, you'll change it to be yours, and that's totally okay. I'm not saying mine's the right way. I'm just showing you a system so you can get it down and step by step by step, and you know exactly what to do when you get a new rep. So I have some. This was a lot of info, but it is exactly what I needed. I have been lost at how to be a good leader. This is awesome. Thank you. Awesome, Bonnie. You're probably going to have to watch this video a couple of times, but you'll get it, and use this spreadsheet. You know, I know this. I've actually had people tell me this is an awful lot of information. I don't want to log all this. You can do what you want. This is what works for me. You can use this spreadsheet. You don't have to put their account number or their phone number. It's just that I actually have this spreadsheet in my favorites right here as a link that I can just click on, so that every day it's there and I can click on it. So it's really easy for me to get to see exactly where they are, right? And in this way, when we get to this part, we make sure that all the emails are sent, and we make sure that we've done all the steps to getting them started when we first start. So that's it. So Carlene says, I've been working on getting this set up the past couple of days. I appreciate you sharing with us. Thank you, Carlene. I hope you found this helpful. I mean, I know I covered it in a little more detail on the video than I did in the blog post. And Sherry says, you guys are awesome. Awesome, Sherry. I hope to see you tomorrow for dinner at Denny's. So I know that's a lot of information, you guys. But again, just have this open in one window, and then you open Vibe, open your Avon Now in another window, and you can set up these templates. And once the templates are set up, how easy is it going to be then to go to team contacts? Boom, I need to follow up. Today's the 10th. I might have 6 people here. So Richard, Paul, Mary, so-and-so all have email number 2 or email number 3 or whatever that's due that day. So just look at the due date, and you only have to worry about what that day is, and then you just click on that name and you do what it is that you need to do for that day. So it makes it really easy, and it makes it easy for you to stay on top of it.
Keep in mind that this is a lot like eating an elephant. You know, if you look at this whole thing that we've talked tonight, all your heads are probably swimming. But keep in mind, you're probably going to sign up 1 or 2 people when you start up. And so start doing this. The first day you have 1 person to deal with. You can take your time and you kind of get familiar with the system. And then the next day you have some follow-ups to do, and maybe you sign up another person, but you're just adding in 1 or 2 people at a time. Slow but sure, you're eating a little bit of the elephant every day, and pretty soon you'll be able to eat the whole elephant.
Yeah. And what's the alternative? You guys, seriously, what's the alternative? I know there's a lot of reps out there that don't know what they're doing, and I'm not talking about anybody on this call or on this live, but there are a lot of reps that don't know what they're doing. And so if I have new reps, by the way, I have a brand new rep that just signed up 3 people, so I'm doing these for her. I mean, I do this for my whole team as far as logging it, but I don't send the emails. And I don't track their orders, but I do have all the rest of the information in here. And I do, I welcome them on Facebook, and I add them to my team email list, and I send them a card. So there's still things I do even if I didn't sign them up. But where I have a new rep, Lynn, if you happen to be hearing this, congratulations, 3 people already. Woohoo. So I've done her, I sent the welcome email to her people. I sent the welcome kit to her people. Because she doesn't know what she's doing, and she probably doesn't have enough brochures to do that anyway, to send them out to people. So I'm taking care of that for them, but then I'm teaching them to do this. So in response to that, what's the alternative? So if you don't know what you're doing, and let's just say I didn't know what I was doing, and I signed Richard up, and he signed up, and I sent him an email saying, hey, congratulations, welcome to our team. And then I don't talk to him again. Richard's out there floundering. How successful do you think he's going to be? He's not going to know what to do. So I get them to Avon U as fast as I can. That's in my first email. But I also give them, hey, you can do all this in Avon Now in your back office. You can share your brochure. You know, hey, what about this incentive? Don't you want to make $3,250? How incredible is that? I do. I want to make it, but I can't, you know. So I'm doing all this to help them. And if they don't want my help, that's fine. They're getting those 6 emails from me, these ones to help them get started. And then I'm following up with them and what they do for their first 8 campaigns. And if they really don't want any help, and if they aren't getting started, then I'm probably not going to follow up with them for all those campaigns. You know what I'm saying? Like the 3rd or 4th campaign, they haven't done much, $10 here, $20 there. Then I just say, okay. And I'll go in here and I'll delete the follow-ups because I don't need to follow up with them. And then I work with them as an entire team. So at the beginning, on the Thursday before our orders are due on Tuesday, I send out an email to my whole team that I go to team reports. I'm not going to actually do it because but if I go to reports and if I go to no orders, if I click on that, then everybody who has not placed an order yet in campaign 5, they will get an email saying, hey, please place your Avon order. It's got to be in by noon on Tuesday, right? So my whole team gets those, but my people who are within their first 8 campaigns get more special treatment because they get their hand held a little bit more. So I hope that makes sense. And that was an hour pretty much. So next week I'm going to go into, I already have a post here, but next week I think we're going to talk about how to follow up work and convert your Avon prospect leads, because with the free signups right now and people wanting to you want to bring more people into your team, and I'm going to teach you the same thing, a system on how to follow up with your leads, because
it works.
The system helps in so many ways, because so many times you're like, I don't know if I should text him again. I just texted him last week. They're going to think I'm a bug, right? But if you have a system going, it's not a matter of what are they going to think or what are you going to think. It's, oh, I need to do that. Check, done. Oh, I need to do that. Check, done. And it takes that whole thing out of your head of, I don't want to be a bug. I don't want to bug them. I don't want to follow up too much. What's too much? So that's what we're going to do next Sunday. We're going to talk about how to follow up with your leads.
And that's important because apparently, you know, people are on their own timeline, and whenever they need to sign up, they need to sign up. And we had one yesterday that we had been following up with, Lynn had been following up with for 681 days. That's almost 2 years.
683, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. Oh my
years.
gosh. You know, and I mean, it's not like I'm bugging her. It's not, seriously, it's like when I do my follow-ups at the very beginning, it's skip a day and a second follow-up, and then maybe skip a couple of days and a third follow-up, and then it's once a week a follow-up, and then once every 2 weeks. And so by the time I work my way out, it's once a month. So they get a text from me this month, an email from me that month, a text from me the next month. So it's not like I'm beating them up or anything, but I'm staying in contact with them, and eventually the time is right and they join. So don't ever stop following up. But we'll get into that more next week. So Rick needs a system. I know you do, Rick. You need me to hit you over the head. I'm just kidding. I love you. And tell Tina I love her too, because she probably doesn't think I do right now. But So yeah, Sherry, congrats to her. Yeah. Aline, I don't know if you're on, but look, Sherry is saying congratulations to you.
Yeah.
So hope you see this. And I hope to see you guys. Those of you that are local, I hope to see you at Denny's tomorrow night. And if you're not local, I'll see you on Facebook, and I'll see you live next week. Let's go back to us. There we go.
Yeah, just so you know, in case for some reason you've been out of the country or something and you haven't seen it, but we do meetings once a month, second Monday of every month at Denny's, and it's an open session. You show up, you have problems with Avon, you need questions answered, one-on-one. We show up, we all eat a little dinner or have an ice cream sundae or something, and we just sit and answer questions. And it's just a friendly, fun atmosphere.
You know, it's really kind of more about like a mastermind. I decided to not do the sales meetings anymore because Avon does virtual sales meetings. So you can get the product information there and you can learn about the products. But this is more our monthly, you know, Denny's. It's a chance to get to dinner and have dinner and sit with a group of like-minded people, and we can all help each other. You know, I mean, the thing is I might have something I don't know for sure about, and Carlene will have the answer for that. Mm-hmm. Or maybe Carlene has a question about something and Sherry has the answer for that. So it's all about us just being there and helping each other and coming up with solutions together. So if you're struggling with something, we'll help you find solutions. And one of us who's there, we all have different kinds of experience. One of us should be able to help you.
Yeah, so we need to fill a whole plane going on all these Avon trips.
Yes.
All this one plane leaving Salt Lake Airport going on these big trips. Party.
So thank you, Bonnie. Thank you. I appreciate you. You're always there with us. We appreciate you being there. Thank you, everybody else who's on the call live, and thank you to everybody who watches us in replay. And we will see you next week on our live, or we'll see you in the next couple of days at dinner or on Facebook.
All righty.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Have a great week, everyone.